Hey, it's Josie, and it's been officially over 24 hours since I had my surgery. It was a posterior repair with a tubal ligation. So I just had some concerns that if I went full on salpingectomy, I might have scarring, and I didn't want to have any kind of repeat surgeries, like internal scarring. So that's why I still did just the tubal. But yeah, so something I've been dealing with is uh, rectocele. Um, and you could look up those images online of what it is, but for me, it's kind of like internal bulging, like the rectum tissue. It's like stretched out behind the, you know, birth canal, and pretty much anytime I needed to go number two, it would cause issues. Straining made it worse, impacts weight training and everything. Like, I would imagine if I did a weight training video ever, that I would probably have a ton of people saying, "You're doing it wrong." Actually, I'm doing it modified. And I do think that I've built quite a bit of muscle, even though trying to be mindful of that. So, but that's probably why I don't think I'll ever really do um, videos on that. So, just kind of a rundown of the first 24 hours, or even just prior to. I think the wildest thing was going into it. I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea what to expect, because everything I had seen online, there's maybe like one account on a forum somewhere where the woman seemed to be in her 20s, and or one or two who seemed to be my age group, where within 2 weeks they were doing quite a bit again. But pretty much every other one seemed to basically say, like, when they got it, it was so tender. It's like, well, why did I even get this surgery? And I'm thankful to say that hasn't been my experience within the first 24 hours. Now, it could be because of coming off of anesthesia. And I was sent home with a higher level of drug that I didn't know that I wanted to take, but I don't feel like any craving for it. I just slept in the car ride, got home, and slept. It was outpatient, and so it took care of me. I was there for like 2-3 hours max and sent home. And yeah, so I've been able to walk to the bathroom, assisted almost every time, once unassisted. I will say, I think that was the most painful one, though. So I think as I started coming off of the higher pain medication, and so now it's only using like the higher doses of Tylenol and Motrin, I'm much more balanced. But it instead of being like dull, achy everywhere, it's the stinging pain. When I'm laying down, it's like the pressure of my tailbone or whatever. Kind of, I feel that pushing upwards, and it creates sensation. And because of the tubal, I've got these hurt. Oh geez, like they went through my belly button there, and I feel like a ring of pain here. It's like a ring. Feels like a frontal belt of pain. But yeah, any twisting and stuff. And what's wild is, like, yesterday, it's like I could still feel how strong my arms are, and I do think that probably helps me being able to move on my own. But one of the things that the doctor was saying is, like, just because you can doesn't mean you're supposed to, because you might be like, what, I can physically do this, and other areas of my body feel like they can help compensate, but I don't want to accidentally rip stitches and stuff. So the posterior repair they do now is not with a sling or anything. It's they remove all the buildup, all the stretched out tissue, and they just stitch it like crazy. So there's just a ton of stitching and stuff in there. I'm using I had the hospital underwear lining, and I use pads, and I'm just using Depends, and it's not like bleeding like the way it is with pregnancy. It's just what's most comfortable for me, and pretty easy to slide on and off, to try and make it easy for my husband to help me use the restroom, and for me to do most of the bathroom stuff by myself. They said that I wouldn't have an appetite. I was actually able to eat quite a bit yesterday. I mean, not as much as I normally eat. I had 2 squares of peanut butter and jelly. Like, I got little kids. My husband made them sandwiches. So I had, the 2 squares, like that size each. And I had like 13 or 14 crackers and slices of salami and cheese. Like a little charcuterie. And then I had a small bowl of chili and a piece of like what's that nice dark chocolate? Whatever. But that was it. Then I went back to bed. So, yeah, I feel like I can like walk around and do stuff, but it definitely does kind of feel like a bad idea to do it. Because although I can depend on like my hamstrings and glutes for a lot of it, it's awkward, and I have to be mindful. And then anytime, it's the hinging after the fact. Anytime I'm hinging to get out of bed, anytime I'm hinging to sit down in a chair, to get out of the chair and back in bed is not comfortable. So I probably need to work on doing a lot less, just saving it for using the restroom. But that's how it's going today. Since yesterday, and I wonder how today will go. I'm gonna try to do daily updates, just because I think this is information that people might be interested in looking for, because there's a few people who have vlogged about it, but not nearly as much as like birth stories, preparing for birth, postpartum care. And so, yeah, I don't really know what to expect with this. And yeah, so if you have any questions, you could feel free to put them down there. And I'll be happy to try to answer them. But yeah, so I think we're just going to end it here.